The Lockheed F-94 Starfire is one of those aircraft that may not always grab the spotlight like the legendary fighters of its era, but it played a critical role in America's early Cold War defense. Born from urgency and innovation, the F-94 was the very first U.S. jet-powered aircraft designed specifically for all-weather interception. It carried forward the momentum of post-World War II jet development and marked a major step toward the advanced interceptors that would later dominate the skies. The story of the Starfire begins with the T-33 Shooting Star, a two-seat trainer that itself was a derivative of the famous P-80 Shooting Star. In the late 1940s, the U.S. Air Force realized it needed an aircraft that could intercept and destroy potential enemy bombers regardless of weather or time of day. At the time, America's main fighters struggled to perform effective interception missions in darkness or poor conditions. To fix this, Lockheed engineers quickly adapted the T-33 design into a new aircraft that could carry radar and weapons suited for the job. This led to the creation of the F-94, a design that combined speed, radar-guided targeting, and heavy firepower. The first F-94A variant entered service in 1950, featuring a lengthened fuselage to fit the powerful radar equipment. It was powered by an Allison J-33 turbojet engine with an afterburner, making it one of the first U.S. fighters equipped with afterburning technology. This gave the Starfire a notable boost in performance, allowing it to reach speeds of around 640 miles per hour. While not the fastest interceptor of its time, the F-94 was quick enough to catch Soviet bombers if they ever threatened U.S. airspace. One of the most distinctive aspects of the Starfire was its nose-mounted radar system, which allowed it to detect enemy aircraft at night or in poor visibility. This radar was paired with a fire control system, enabling the backseat radar operator to guide the pilot onto the target. The early versions of the F-94 carried 4.50 caliber machine guns in the nose, but this was later upgraded in the F-94C Starfire to a unique battery of rockets. Instead of machine guns or cannons, the F-94C carried up to 48 unguided rockets housed in pods around the nose and wingtips. The concept was that the interceptor could unleash a devastating swarm of rockets to destroy enemy bombers in a single pass. While impressive in theory, this rocket system was difficult to aim with precision, and many pilots found it challenging to use effectively. In terms of service, the F-94 entered squadrons during the Korean War era. In fact, the Starfire made history by scoring the very first jet-versus-jet nighttime kill during the Korean conflict. On the night of January 30, 1953, an F-94 shot down a North Korean LA-9 propeller-driven fighter, marking a milestone for all-weather jet interceptors. Although the F-94 wasn't the star of the Korean War like the F-86 Sabre, it played an important supporting role in night patrols and defense missions. The Starfire also filled a critical gap in North American air defense during the early 1950s. With the Cold War heating up, the threat of Soviet long-range bombers was taken very seriously. The F-94 provided the Air Defense Command with a capable aircraft that could stand guard over U.S. skies around the clock. Its radar and all-weather capability made it indispensable until more advanced interceptors like the F-89 Scorpion and the F-102 Delta Dagger entered service. Despite its importance, the Starfire's career was relatively short. By the mid-1950s, newer and more capable aircraft quickly replaced it. The last F-94s were withdrawn from U.S. service by 1959, and some were handed down to Air National Guard units before finally being retired altogether. Still, in less than a decade, the Starfire proved itself as a bridge between the first generation of jet fighters and the more sophisticated supersonic interceptors that would follow. From a design standpoint, the F-94 Starfire may not have been the most elegant or glamorous aircraft, but it symbolized rapid innovation and adaptation. Its transformation from the T-33 trainer into a radar-equipped interceptor demonstrated Lockheed's ability to deliver solutions quickly in response to urgent military needs. For aviation enthusiasts, the Starfire remains a fascinating piece of history, an aircraft that stood on the front lines of Cold War defense when speed, radar, and firepower were evolving at a breakneck pace. Today, a few F-94s survive in museums across the United States, where visitors can get a close look at this pioneering interceptor. Standing next to one of these aircraft, you can imagine the tense atmosphere of the early Cold War, when pilots trained to intercept enemy bombers that might never come, but always could. The Starfire might not have the fame of later fighters, but it represents a vital chapter in the evolution of American airpower.